Oh, for the
smearing
the JH meeting?
that I'm taking from my own PR guy.
Apologize.
Yeah, right. He always thinks that's okay. You know, once in a while, it gets old. I'm sorry stuff every day.
How many of those have you gotten over?
Oh, unbelievable. Kevin, I've lost count. You lose count. That's why I can't listen to a word he says when he walks in the office.
Kevin.
You talked about this in Atlanta today, but just so you know, with Harvey throwing the touch and field side session, is that enough for you? Fine enough for you that even if despite not pitching in 8 days, he'll be fine?
Well, Kevin has to be. I mean, we got nothing else to go on except the fact that Matt threw 2 days ago and did a little side that try to keep his rhythm and his his mechanics in play. And the best thing about him is there's not a lot of moving parts in his delivery. He's pretty quiet, and so we kind of think that'll keep him consistent. But it's still about being out there making pitches under the gun that he hasn't done in 7 days. It's an issue.
Frank Francisco through, I think, each of the last 2 days now. Is he ready to either go to a higher level or come to you?
Adam, I believe that's the case, yeah. I know we want to see how he bounced back from yesterday. I have not talked to John Davis down there today, but the reports are that his velocity's been good, his command's been pretty good. I haven't talked to Sandy to see what Sandy wants to do as far as where they want to move him and when. Obviously, going back-to-back days, he's probably going to get a couple of days to break before he has to pitch again.
So there's a step up report here, right?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea.
Yeah, Chris.
Terry, I know Sandy talked about it a little over the weekend. With Giordani, how do you balance getting the most out of him versus his personality?
Well, Chris, again, one of the things that he provides us is that he thrives in that big stage and that big moment. He's shown it for the 2 years he's been here. That you get him up, you pick out that situation where he can come up and do damage, and he seems to do it. He seems to really do it. Where when he's in the lineup a lot, he sometimes lets one at bat hurt the next one, instead of staying within himself a little bit. So we've talked to him. Certainly Dave has talked to him a lot about it. But he's a young guy. He's an emotional guy. He plays with great passion to play, and so we're trying to get him to understand that each and every day is a different day. You got to forget about yesterday, and today's a new challenge. And when he comes off the bench, he realizes that and understands it. So we got to get him playing time to make sure he's ready to pitch it when he's needed. But we sat here today and we talked about Giordani, where he fits best. And once in a while when you put those guys out of position, and we've seen it in the past where something happens, a mistake's made, and now they think they've got to do so much more at the plate than what's needed from them. So,
Christy.
Terry, back to Frank. If he comes back up here, does that change Bobby's role or anything?
now right now it doesn't. Frankie's got to show us that he can pitch back-to-back days up here, that he's strong enough. We're talking 3 days in a row. Can he do that? The one thing, again, I don't think we're ready to do, and that is, start to juggle our bullpen at this particular moment when, Bobby's done such a good job. So we'll wait till when Frankie gets here, we'll make those determinations.
Terry, you mentioned Zach's last start when he walked one batter. That's what really impressed you. He walked one guy again on Sunday. What did you get about that start, and how well he's doing right now?
Well, what we've heard is exactly, what you guys are hearing, and that is he's much, much better. His command is much better. He's going after hitters. He's attacking the strike zone. His breaking ball is coming along better. And he shows up by his results. Because, again, we've said it many times that, when you have that kind of stuff and you throw strikes, you can get away with mistakes. You're going to get away with, once in a while you're going to get hit, but I'll tell you, when you're throwing 97, and you leave something up here, a lot of times it's going to get popped up. So the fact that he's throwing more strikes has made a big difference in his outings.
Is there something about Matt's personality that will make him suited to handle all the attention that will come if this keeps up here?
Well, he knows what comes with it. I mean, this guy was a star in college, and it's a little different, obviously, in professional baseball, the attention you're getting. But you know what? He's geared up and to be great, and so he knows if you're going to be great, you've got to deal with some things, and that's where I think I'm the most impressed with him, is how he's dealt with everything that's going on. Today, he's not going to be. He's going to get ready to pitch. He's not hanging out where there's going to be a lot of attention until after that game's over. So he gets himself ready, and I think he's going to be able to deal with all the other things that come with it fine, because he can tell you his little side of his 72-hour preparation period, which I think is pretty impressive for a young guy. So,
Terry, staying with Matt, obviously short rested will probably expect he's had a lot of rest here, and if he's a little bit out, considering he's maybe a little bit out of his routine, would you have a little shorter leash with him tonight? Or?
No. We wanted to have him give him the extra day because of the workload he had, but he'll dictate tonight, and the other team will also, how long he'll be in that game. But no, he's not going to be on a short leash. Matter of fact, we're kind of hoping the weather stays good for the next quite a while, so we can get all of our starting pitchers, not just Matt, on a better routine.
Terry, last night I ran into a bunch of the guys at the Ranger game. Can that be an external motivation to see this city in a playoff type atmosphere for an athlete?
Well, I mean, if you grew up playing this game and you haven't turned on the television to watch playoff baseball in New York City, I don't know what you're doing with your time to learn the game. I mean, you see it. They see it when we play the Yankees. They understand the passion that goes with playing here and everything else. So, certainly they know if you're going to win, this is the best place in the world to win. So they're all revved up about it. I mean, it's fun for them to go to those games because I know that they're caught up in it also. But they're very aware of what it's like winning here.
Let's one guy. Can we throw in a picture?
You don't want that.
Okay. Are we good, everybody? Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.